just like we hoped it would go. We're able to take control of the game early. We're able to play a lot of guys. I think we played around 83 people, and was able to really improve our football team. First time in Clemson history to start out 2-0 4 years in a row, and I think that's a credit to our preparation and the guys being ready. But just an outstanding game. A lot of superlatives in the game. The thing that I'm most pleased with is, last night I told our team that our second offensive line, they were going to go in the third series. I didn't care if it was 14-0 or we were down 14-0 to be ready. And I thought they were. In fact, I thought they sparked us. They went in, took us down for our first score, and it was good to see those guys go in and play with Taj and get some confidence, because we're going to need every bit of the depth that we have on this team if we're going to have the type of season that we all hope to have. And I thought our guys flexed their muscles a little bit from a depth standpoint tonight. So, just some of the superlatives. First of all, our special teams were outstanding. Pinion just punting the ball and kicking it, and every part of it was very, very good. And I thought Lacob came in and did a good job as well. Offensively, you talk to guys all the time about being ready. And, Cole Stout walks in there, he's cold. Taj gets the air knocked out of him. Cole comes in. All he does is set the all-time Clemson record, 19 for 20, 95%. What can you say? And it should have been 20 for 20. He just sailed the one over Leggett's head in the flat. But, that is the way it's supposed to be. He comes to meetings every day, doesn't know if he's going to get a chance to play. He practices his tail off. And then he gets his opportunity and he performs at a high level. Cole Stout he's a heck of a player, and really, really proud of how he performed. And the strange thing about it is he broke Woody Danzler's record, and Woody did our chapel last night, and Woody was the honorary captain today. So great day for him to break that record, threw 3 touchdowns. And again, our second offensive line had a lot of guys get their first real significant opportunity. Jamon Hopper had a couple touchdowns. Mike Williams, TJ Green, Matt Porter had a huge third down catch for us in a critical situation. Leggett, it was good to get Coop back going a little bit today. Got kind of the rust knocked off of him. J.J. McCullough, C.J. Davidson got his first opportunity. Ended up being our leading rusher, and hopefully y'all saw what we like in him. He is going to be, I think, an electric player for us. And then defensively, first time in school history to have 2 pick sixes in the same game. And it couldn't happen to 2 better guys in Darius and Martin Jenkins. Both these guys have been patient. They've had to persevere, have coming off of injuries. And just really proud of those guys. Gave up 2 big plays that, we just got to get them on the ground. But other than that, defensively, I thought we were outstanding. And, but at the end of the day, again, the fun's in the winning. We got better. Now we just got to turn our attention to our next goal, and that's to win the division. And as we get into conference play, got a tough game up in Raleigh here in 10 days or so, and glad we got a little extra time to get ready. But we'll enjoy this one tonight and, get ready to go next week.
Sounds like, what exactly happened with Chad on? You said his calf.
Chad Kelly?
Chad Kelly.
He was just fine. I think got hit on the outside of his leg, but he just got banged up a little bit. He was okay.
When you saw him hobble off, did you?
Oh, yeah. I'm probably like everybody go, but he was okay. In fact, he had some great dance moves in the locker room after the game, so it was good to see. But it was great to see Chad Kelly be able to go out there and play. And, he did some good things. He made the ball, I thought, just zipped out of his hand. It was a little high on the one. I believe it was Leggett. We were trying to hit down the sideline. He's got a back shoulder, that ball. He floated it a little bit, but the ball just jumps out of his hand. And it was just great to see him be able to go out there and play and achieve his goal. He could have played last week, but being ready. And I thought Nick Schuessler, went in and got 4 quarterbacks, got a chance to play, and so. Really happy for all those guys. The morale of our team should be really good this week, and I'm excited to see this tape because hopefully, we're going to be able to continue creating the kind of competition and competitive environment that we want on our practice field. We'll see what the tape says, but it was very good from that standpoint.
Martin mentioned that earlier in the week he had to get on the guys a little bit, maybe the practice a little bit sluggish, a little sloppy. How do you feel like they responded to the challenge of playing Georgia and playing these guys this week?
Well, it was great. I mean, the lady at halftime, she's like, some people might say your team's playing down to these guys. I'm like, well, we was 38-7. I mean, we're on pace to run 100 plays and score 76 points. But, that's just, to me, that's a lack of respect for the opponent. And, that was a very well-coached, prideful football team over there. And I thought they competed hard. But, our guys were ready. And, if we perform and play to our standard, it shouldn't be close. And, I thought they took care of business. They did what they needed to do. And, really, really happy. I thought our practice was great. Tuesday was not good. Tuesday was a bad day. And it was one of those days where, sometimes you got to refocus young people. And that was a refocused day. But I thought they came back Wednesday and probably had one of the best practices that we've had all of camp. And then Thursday was excellent. And then our focus Friday was very good. And we got up this morning and the guys were ready to play. Played outstanding. Played a heck of a game. Had almost 100 snaps, I think, and played a bunch of people. And, 500-something yards of offense. And, but we still got a lot to improve upon, that's for sure.
You had intended to do a lot of the early substitutions. I understand the line knew that they were going to get to the third series. Hopper said he knew he was going to get a lot of touches today. For those people who tend to judge you based on style points, how important was all that to get those answers, some of those answers?
I don't really worry about style points. That's one of the things I told the guys at half. I could give a rip about stats. I just want them to perform and be a great team and, just care about each other. And guys, when you get your opportunity, step up and continue to play at a certain level. It shouldn't matter who's going in there. And, the stats take care of themselves. We had great stats. But, as far as coming into this game, I felt like, last week, that was a big stage. That's a big stage. And, we had some of them guys that thought they were ready, and all of a sudden they got on that sideline and they weren't quite ready. There was a few of them that was a good experience for them. It's just being on the sideline and being a part of that, knowing that they might play. But we really wanted to go ahead and commit to get a lot of these guys in. A game like that, it's a very small margin, and it's best of the best. But tonight, I felt like that we needed to commit early. I didn't want to have to go and just play guys when we got control of the game. I wanted guys to play in crunch time. I wanted that second offensive line to go in there and play with Taj. I wanted them to take ownership. And, guys did that. Same thing at our skill positions. I wanted to see some of those guys early. Knew it was going to be a hot day. And, again, just they practice. I've got confidence in them, but we got to put them in some crunch situations so we can prepare them for down the road. And I thought our staff did a good job today of rotating those guys and getting them opportunities.
Seems like the defensive line really banked off of the Georgia game, just getting pressure, pushing the trenches back. I mean, how encouraged are you with that front four specifically right now?
Well, it's really not a front four. It's a front 12, whatever they are, because they can all play. And it's kind of what I'm trying to get in our offensive line, because I think that we've got really good competition in the trenches. And if we're going to have a great season and be the best that we can be, we got to be great in the trenches, and we got to be consistent. And I thought they played well. I'm sure the tape will show some mistakes and things. It's just our second ball game, but I thought we were better today as a team than we were last week, and that was the objective. Get better.
Dabo, after such a big stage win last week, and going into the open date, how important is it to have so much, teachable tape?
Yeah, it's great. Well, because again, when all you have is each other in the fall, it's hard to get a true evaluation because they know each other so well and they know tendencies so well because they practice against each other every day. there's no scoreboard, real live scoreboard. And, there's no fans in the stand and things like that, and you can't simulate that. So when you get an opportunity to get real tape where they're playing against people, you can really get a truer evaluation. And so it's great. It's great, especially early in the season for us to knock the rust off of a lot of these guys. Because when you're a young player and you're really excited to play, the longer it goes that you don't play, that it just kind of mounts up on you. And so to be able to kind of shake all that off for a lot of these guys and for them to have a chance to touch the ball or get back there on defense and J-Ron and Jadar and have to really do it against, people that you're not used to, it's just a great experience. It's a great experience. It's priceless.
With Chad Kelly and Sam Cooper as well, as you continue to progress through the season, I mean, are you guys, are you careful with them because they continue to get their strength back in their knee?
Well, they're completely released. I mean, they continue to do what they have to do from a strengthening standpoint. But, Chad's ready to play as needed, and he'll play as needed. But same thing with Sam. Our goal today for Sam was to get him, I don't know how many plays he had, but we wanted to get him some good live work, let him bang around a little bit. We weren't really thinking about passing game as much. If he got something, fine, but we really wanted to just bang him around a little and have him get involved in our running game, just get back out there full speed. And he felt good about it. He felt really good about it. He was excited. So continue to see him work more and more into that rotation as we move forward, because he's just going to get stronger.
Looked like Rod left at the end of the first half, took a hard hit, and also Shatley didn't play. What's their situation?
Shatley's fine. Shatley any of y'all ever had plantar fasciitis or whatever? It's a very painful thing in your foot, and he's been battling that all camp. And we held him today. We think he finally tore it. So he could have played. He could have definitely played, but we were going to come into this game. Our goal was to try to hold him and really get him back, full steam by the time we play NC State. But he was ready if we needed him. And Hot Rod got banged up, just got popped in the head, and he was a little shaken up. So we held him out. So I'm sure they're evaluating him right now. But he seemed great in the locker room. But it was more of a concussion precaution type of deal. It wasn't any other body injury or anything like that.
Taj is totally no big deal.
Yeah, he got the wind knocked out of him. He got popped pretty good on that one.
Coach Morris mentioned a few weeks back how T-Hop really come along and gaining y'all's trust. I guess what we saw today is what you guys see out there.
Well, he's a guy that, and I've probably said this to you guys somewhere along the line, is he'll flash early. He's going to be one of those guys that was, he's going to catch your eye early. He's going to flash at you, but we still don't quite trust him, to be an every down player. But it was good to just kind of cut him loose today and let him go. You didn't see him last week. It was good in this situation to be able to cut him loose so he could just go play. And I thought he did a heck of a job. I mean, two excellent touchdowns, and he's a tough little guy. And he's just going to get better. That experience is great for him. He was excited, and he's one of those guys that we're just going to keep bringing along, and he's going to be a special player. I really believe that.
As you watched the game in real time with Cole Stout, what stood out to you other than just, the 19 for 20 speaks for itself, but what specifically did he do right?
He's just cool. He's confident. He's just he has such great composure. And you know what? Any of y'all that really paid attention to Cole Stout, he's been that way since he's been here. When he was a true freshman and had to be the backup and got his opportunities, he just goes in there and plays. But that's really his personality. If you get to know Cole, he's just like that. He never really changes. He's a very competitive guy and takes a lot of pride in his preparation. And he's just always ready. And he always has been since the day he's been here. Cole's got some really good tape. He's got some really good tape. He's one of those guys that have a chance to play on the next level just because he's been able to put some good film together, and he's 6'4" or whatever, and he runs better than you think and can throw the ball, all over the field. So, you know, it's a great luxury having a guy like him just sitting there ready to go. But was very poised, made great decisions in the run game, great decisions, and also in the passing game.
After everything he's been through over the past year and last week, seeing Jenkins get his pick six, I guess you got to feel really good.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, and you know, it's great to see a guy be rewarded for perseverance and patience and toughness, and just, you know, keep getting knocked down, you keep getting up, you keep getting knocked down, you keep getting up, and you know, he's worked really hard, and I just couldn't be happier for a guy, and it was a great run. It was a great run. So really happy for Martin, and hopefully we can continue to keep him on the field, because he just jumps out at you. You see his explosiveness when he's on the field, and he's a very, very tough competitor.
Brent spoke in July about he was openly rooting for those older cornerbacks to keep their jobs rather than have to hand it off to the freshmen. And at least right now, it's those core four.
Yeah.
At this point in time, how confident are you in those four and where they're at?
Very confident. You know, we were worried about Martin early in camp. You know, he missed just about all of camp, and we had to really prepare to not have him. That's why we continued to kind of keep Marcus Edmond ready. We were hoping McKenzie would be back. He had a setback again last week, so we've kind of put him back on ice. So, you know, Marcus was kind of that next guy to be ready. But those four guys have stepped up, and you know what? They've responded. And, you know, that's what veteran guys should do. I mean, they're talented. It's good to see, you know, Gary Peters and Breland, you know, performing like they're capable of performing. They're playing like veteran guys. They're playing with confidence. They understand what we're doing. And, you know, it's nice when you have a rotation at that position, because that is a tough position to play. And when you got four quality guys like we have, it really helps us.
No, it hasn't been the case since you've been head coach, but is it kind of odd to play 2 games and have an off week? Is it just strange to have
you know, the schedule this year is, I've never had a schedule like this. It's very different. 4 Saturdays where we don't play. You know, I'm stocking up on my chips and dip. You know, I've never really had a schedule like that, so it's a little bit different for me too. But you know, I'm glad that we got some extra time to get ready for NC State, because you know, they're going to be a tough team. You know, they're going to present some challenges for us, and we're going to play well. And you know, I can still see it like yesterday how bad we played up there a couple years ago. And you know, I'm anxious to get back up there. We need to play better. We need to play well. And this is conference. It's division. It's on the road. It's check. And this is another huge test for our team. And so that's our focus. So it's good to have some extra time, but the week will be a little different. You know, the guys will come in Monday. We'll put this game to bed. We won't practice Monday. We'll have good work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know, all NC State work. The players won't practice on Friday. They'll have a day off there, and then we'll come in Saturday morning and have a normal, you know, game week. Saturday will be like a Monday. Sunday will be like a Tuesday. Monday's like a Wednesday. Tuesday like a Thursday for us, and just our normal game prep as far as how we get our team ready to play. Practices won't be quite as long because we'll obviously have a little more time to get ready, but we're going to need it. We're going to need it for these guys.
All set? Thank you.
All right. Hey,